Hello, everyone. My name is Sarafi, and I'm happy to meet you all. Today, my goal is to go over a new Infernity list that I saw on the ladder, which I thought was a lot of fun. I built the deck myself for the most part. I am missing a couple of cards, but it's really cohesive and very high skill combo oriented. I actually messed up twice recording for this video. Actually, even though I know the full combo, I made two different mistakes when I had every piece in hand. That's how long and complex this combo is. So I actually only recorded one duel to show you guys, but I feel like that's necessary because the combo is so long that I'm going to have to go through every step for you. But this feels like a real Infernity deck from back before and in the current format, even though it's been hit by the ban list so hard. And the other benefit of this deck is it's really cheap to build because we only have one copy of Infernity Archfiend, we only have one copy of Infernity Launcher, and all the rest of the cards are mostly free. So we have Infernity Necromancer, which is a level up reward. We have Mirage, which is a drop. Garbage Lord is from an event. Wildcat is a neutral card, not normal card from a box, and Sage is a normal card from a box. Into the Void, I do recommend getting 3 copies of Into the Void if you want to play this deck, but we're about to get some more box chips, I think, in July. So I'm definitely going to spend my 3 box chips on Into the Void. It's a good card anyway, and I'm going to have a lot of fun with this deck. Salamangreat Sanctuary is free. Infernity Launcher, one of in a box that's currently on sale. Downbeat, rare in a box that's currently on sale. Summon Breaker is from the same box the Ancient Fairy Dragon is in, as a normal card. Infernity Barrier is free. Infernity Break is free. 100 Eyes Dragon is free. Ancient Fairy Dragon is from a mini box that is currently on sale. Void Ogre Dragon, Firewall Dragon, and Decode Talker are from newer boxes, but they are from boxes that are good enough that you guys probably already went into them. Reproducus is for an event reward. Puzzle Amino is an event reward. And Salamangreat Balinx is a drop. So we're looking at basically 4 URs and 2 SRs from either old boxes that are on sale or new boxes that are good enough that you probably went into them already, and then 3 rares and 3 normals. Then, of course, there's the Into the Voids. But if you don't have Into the Void yet and you don't know what to spend your box chips on, maybe this video will give you an idea. So the deck is very aggressively focused around turn 1, and it is a 2-card combo: Garbage Lord and Downbeat. And when I got hit with this at Legend 1, I was floored. This felt like actual Infernity from before the ban list. I wasn't expecting to see an Infernity player at all, so it really caught me off guard. And I built the deck as best I could. I put in Reload instead of Into the Void. Reload doesn't work because you need 4 cards in your hand for the combo, but it makes me feel better. And let me show you how this deck functions. Before I show you the replay, I need to let you guys know that I do not recommend building this deck if you are looking to climb the ladder. Right now, the deck is not consistent enough. It's not as bad as other really strong turn 1 decks going second, but it's still not very consistent, and even going first, there aren't enough tools, I think, to guarantee that you're going to get the hand that you need. However, we do have leaked Allure of Darkness, and if Allure of Darkness comes at 3, which is admittedly unlikely, but if it comes at 3, or if it comes at 1 and then they unlimit Launcher, now we're talking. Now we're going to see some more consistent openers. And if we get another card that is like Into the Void, like Upstart Goblin, for example, the power level of the game has been rising exponentially. So it's not unheard of that we might get Upstart Goblin maybe in January or something. If we get 3 copies of Upstart Goblin, this might be the deck to beat. So it's cheap, it's fun, it's on sale right now, and if you like Infernity, I definitely recommend taking a look at this. If you don't like Infernity, well, maybe you'll like the replay. Alright, so I'm going first, and I have the 2 cards I need in my hand. I have Garbage Lord and a Downbeat. Okay, so before... Hold on, I didn't talk about the skill. Let me talk about the skill real quick. Okay, so the skill is Fleeting Hand, and what it does is if you've taken at least 2,000 damage, you can activate its effects to return 2 cards from your hand to play Infernity Necromancer from outside your deck. So this is very similar to the Elements Unite cheese, where it doesn't matter what your opening hand is, as long as you have the 2 cards that you need, you are guaranteed to be able to pull out anything else that you need from your deck because the rest of your hand is going to be in your deck. So I take 2,000 damage to special summon Garbage Lord with its own effect. Then I activate Fleeting Hand and I return the 2 cards that aren't Downbeat to my deck to play Necromancer. Then I activate Downbeat. And what Downbeat does, for those of you that don't know, is you tribute a monster to special summon a monster from your deck that is the same type and attributes as the monster you tributed, but 1 level lower. So we have a level 5 Dark Fiend. We can summon a level 4 Dark Fiend. And when Infernity Archfiend is special summoned while you have no cards in hand, you get to add an Infernity card from your deck to your hand. So the first card I'm going to add is Infernity Wildcat, which I have not normal summoned yet, so I'm going to use that. Infernity Wildcat is a level 3 tuner, and that's all I care about. Synchro those 2, 3, and 4 into Ancient Fairy Dragon. You might wonder why Ancient Fairy Dragon is in the deck. You probably also wonder why Salamangreat Balix is in the deck. Just watch. Okay, I activate Necromancer's effect. If my hand is empty, I can special summon a monster from my graveyard. And I link these 2 off into Reproducus, which is a link 2 that allows you to change the type of a monster it points to. So you have to put it over an empty monster zone. Activate Ancient Fairy Dragon's effect, skip your battle phase, special summon a monster from your hand. And Mirage lets you basically launcher. Archfiend to draw a launcher. Now I have to special summon Archfiend to the zone that Reproducus points to, because it's important. Now I activate Reproducus' effect to change the monster it points to a Cyberse monster, and since I have a level 4 Cyberse monster, I can now link summon Salamangreat Balix, and activate its effect to search Salamangreat Sanctuary from my deck. Activate Salamangreat Sanctuary, and then activate Ancient Fairy Dragon's effect to draw Summon Breaker. Gain 1,000. Set Summon Breaker face down so it's not in my hand, but I'm not activating it. Link everything except Necromancer into Firewall Dragon in the left extra monster zone. That is important. Necromancer to revive Archfiend and draw Infernity Break, which is a trap card that just destroys a card. Link into Puzzlomino, the drop-in deleter, under Firewall Dragon, and then I can use Launcher finally to revive Archfiend and Necromancer. I need to special summon Necromancer next to Puzzlomino. Activate Archfiend's effect to draw another Infernity Break. Activate Puzzlomino's effect to change Necromancer to level 5. Link to Puzzlomino and Infernity Archfiend into Decode Talker, pointing to Firewall Dragon. Activate Necromancer's effect to revive Wildcat. And now I have a level 3 and a level 5, so I can synchro summon into the level 8 monster, 100 Eyes Dragon. And when 100 Eyes Dragon, you have no cards in your hand, you can banish a dark monster from your graveyard to gain its effect until the end of the turn. 100 Eyes, banish Necromancer. Now you can use Necromancer's effect to revive Archfiend. Archfiend effect one more time. Grab Infernity Barrier, which is an Omni Negate, as long as you control a face-up attack position Infernity monster. So if my opponent activates a spell, trap, or monster effect while I control a face-up attack position Infernity monster, I can negate the activation and destroy it. Then I activate Summon Breaker, and what Summon Breaker does is, during the main phase 1, if the turn player successfully conducts their 3rd summon of a monster this turn, normal or special, the turn ends. So, let's take a look at the board. I have a field spell that floodgates my opponent out of summoning more than 3 times. I have a quick effect, bounce a monster from the field or from the graveyard. I have an effect to tribute Firewall Dragon to negate the activation and effect of a card that targets a card I control. And I have an Omni Negate and 2 cards that let me destroy a card on the field. And it is now my opponent's turn. My opponent is going to Cosmic Cyclone, no reason to negate that. Cosmic again. And then they summon Rhyscorpia. I can immediately return that to hand, which will not trigger the Goki effect, nor allow him to special summon from his hand. And that ends the game. So there you go. A complete and total lockdown of my opponent's strategy. My opponent was able to remove 2 of my back row, but I still had enough disruption that my opponent was not able to continue. If I thought that my opponent was able to play around the Infernity Barrier, I could also have made Void Ogre Dragon in defense mode with the level 5 Infernity Necromancer and the level 3 Infernity Wildcat to allow me to negate a spell or trap each turn, including this turn. So if I was going second, that would probably be the play that I would go with. And that's the deck. Really easy 2-card combo. It's got a lot of steps, so that's why I decided to record a video of it. But I hope you guys enjoy it, and let me know what you guys think about this. I know it's different from my normal content, but I like sharing fun things that I find in Duel Links. This was Serafi. I was thrilled to have you all with me.